Hey, I'm Ted Vieira, and if you're just kind of starting to think about doing street photography, or maybe you've just got a little bit of interest in it, but you do have that interest, I would really recommend that you do it. It's a lot of fun. It's just you, your camera, you get out there, you get fresh air, you get some exercise, and hopefully every once in a while you'll get an awesome shot. Street photography is like really powerful for developing your skill set as a photographer because you got to think on your feet. You got to react to things that are happening right in front of you, usually with little or no prep time. It gives you a lot of opportunity to work on your composition skills. It's awesome. If you're a wedding shooter or you do mostly like portraiture or boudoir work, but have that interest in maybe trying some street photography, just do it. It's cool, man. You don't have to set up lights. You don't have to book a model, book the shoot, work with clients. Now, I love doing all that stuff, but how freeing is it? You can just grab your camera and go. It's awesome. It's fun. Not only is street photography fun, but it's important. I mean, if you look back through the history of photography, go back to like the early 20th century and the decades, coming forward, and all those powerful, moving, emotional street scenes that really document history and give us kind of an idea of what it might have been like to live during those times. That stuff is awesome. I really love that kind of stuff. I mean, because I could go out right now and take a shot of a current model vehicle, like maybe a car that was made this year or last year, get some cool angles, get some good composition, and yeah, it might be kind of an interesting, kind of a cool shot. But think about what the impact that shot's going to have in 20 years. Think about the impact it's going to have in 60 years for the viewer to be able to see that shot and look back at what times were like during these days. Very cool stuff, and I love that about photography. You never know what the life of the photograph is really going to be like and what kind of impact it'll hold that far out. I love that stuff. But if you are thinking about getting into street photography, just like anything else, it's good to kind of have a place to start. Maybe some concepts or guidelines or tips. There's no rules or laws of street photography, but there are concepts, some ways that can kind of help you get started. So, man, there are tons of aspects to street photography we could talk about. I've kind of narrowed things down to 10 tips that I could give to you that hopefully, like I said, will just give you a place to start. Because once you start shooting, then you're going to develop your own style, your own concepts, your own approach to street photography. So that's very cool. But hopefully this will give you a place to start. Okay, here are my top 10 tips in no particular order. Okay, tip number 1, shoot a lot. If you want to see improvement in your street photography, you're going to have to get out there on a pretty regular basis. If you can do it 2 or 3 times a week, that would be great. Because you're going to be out there shooting people that you don't know and people that don't know you. And that could be potentially pretty uncomfortable. So, the more you get out there, the more you're going to start to relax and you're going to put out a better vibe. That's going to, the people around you are going to feel that. They're not going to be thinking, hey, who's the creepy little guy with the camera? It's going to reflect in your shots. You're going to get your photography is going to improve. So get out there, shoot a lot. Okay, number 2, slow down. Don't power walk your way through street photography. I've seen not a lot of guys, but I've seen guys just keep a steady pace and just keep going, taking shot after shot, and that might work for them. But for me, I got to slow down because I might miss something really cool that if I was just blasting my way through the crowd, I would have missed. So slow down. Let the subjects come to you. Stay in one place for a while. You're going to get better results that way. Okay. Number 3, try taking some street portraiture. Now, this is going to break you out of that stealth mode, and you're going to have to actually engage with people. But it's very cool because there is that human element then where you're not just getting out with your camera, but now you're like meeting new people, you're talking to them, you're hearing their stories. It just kind of, to me, it kind of raises the experience a little bit. So try taking some street portrait. It's awesome. Okay, number 4, find a good location or good locations. Someplace where you can sit and work the scene in a few different ways, maybe as different people walk through and things like that. But find some good locations, make a note of them, keep them in mind for the next time you want to go out and shoot, or if you want to take somebody else out to help them get started too. So find good locations. Look for the cool, photogenic places to take shots. Okay, number 5. And this is probably my favorite. Shoot at night. Go out and do street photography at night after it gets dark. During the day we're shooting the light that's accented by shadows. But at night you shoot the dark. You shoot the shadows that are accented by light. And I love the moodiness that can give you, the contrast, the drama. Try shooting at night. Be safe. But try shooting at night. I love that. I love it more than shooting the day. Okay. Number 5. Nope, that was number 5. Number 6. Change your angle of view. Change your perspective. We're all used to walking around and seeing everything at eye level. That's how we're used to seeing stuff. As photographers, we kind of want to mix it up a little bit. We want to show you some stuff that might look a little different, a different perspective on things. So try getting down low, or try getting up higher if you can. Change your perspective. That can give you some interesting shots. Okay, number 7. Look for the cool light. And I don't mean, color temperature, but I mean look for the cool light. Lights that's having a cool effect on the scene. As photographers, that's what we're photographing, light and reflections of light. Look for the cool light. Okay, number 8. Look for story. Rather than just always taking shots of the guy walking down the street or something like that, look for a scene where something's going on, a conversation, some kind of story and you don't have to know the story. Nobody will know the story except for those people. Everybody can make up their own versions of it, but look for story. It can kind of have a little more emotional impact on the image. Okay, number 9, study the masters. Study the guys who were shooting back in the early 20th century. Man, my favorite street photographer is probably Saul Leader and Henri Cartier-Bresson. Check out, really study the work of these guys who are doing really emotionally impacting work with much less camera and photographic power that you have in your hands when you go out on the street. These guys were doing just incredible stuff. And my photography, I could see the improvements in it after I started studying guys who used to shoot back then, because it kind of showed me I got to raise the bar a little bit and how I can do that. So, hey, and if you haven't seen Ted Forbes' channel, it's The Art of Photography here on YouTube. Check that out, because Ted's got a lot of kind of short biographical videos of, he'll take a photographer and just kind of show their work and talk about the history and their biography a little bit. Very helpful, very cool stuff. Good channel. Okay, number 10. Like I said, there's no rules or no laws. None of these are written in stone or anything like that. This is my own personal thing, is be respectful. Be respectful of people. You could shoot a homeless person that's really looking pretty raggedy, or maybe asleep in an alley somewhere and stuff. But that's kind of like the low-hanging fruit of street photography. It's kind of, in my view, it's just, now if you're going to document it, if you're trying to actually bring light to that subject and make a situation better, that's a different kind of thing. But if you're just trying to get a cool shot to put up on Facebook to show your friends, and kind of exploiting, I think, the kind of troubles that this person might be going through, I don't think that's cool. I don't think it's good vibe stuff, good karma. So anyway, that's your own thing, but to me, that's the way to go, is always be respectful of people. Okay, that was 10, right? Well, we could keep going and keep going and keep going. But hopefully that'll give you some kind of different things to think about. There's a lot of other, you could probably look around YouTube and find a lot more too. And some will overlap with this, and some could offer you a lot more. So keep looking around. It's always good to get different ideas and thoughts on stuff. And I am going to leave you with one bonus tip, and that is have fun. Have fun with this stuff. If you're not having fun, you're not going to keep doing it. I kind of look at street photography like fishing. And I don't fish, but it's a metaphor thing. You're going to go out, if you're going to go out fishing, you might not always get something, but you're going to probably enjoy the experience. So enjoy the experience of street photography, because you're not always going to get something, but at least enjoy the time out there. Okay. That's my thing on street photography. I'll probably do more videos down the road. I'm Ted Vieira. If you have any questions, let me know and I'll answer anything I can. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks.